One more push. Let's join Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thank you, Richard. A clever psychological move by Alex Ferguson, perhaps. Eric Cantona walked along the touchline in front of those who idolise him here, who are so thrilled that he's going to pledge his future to stay here. And the atmosphere, Andy, has been whipped up even more by that.
I think it is a very smart ploy. It's certainly got the crowd fired up.
Here's McClare, now Ince. Has Monday night at Ewood Park darkened Manchester United's mood? Will the Premiership trophy fall tonight from their hands into the grateful arms of Blackburn Rovers? Southampton with 4 wins and 2 draws in their last 6 games, very confident and by their standards very relaxed.
I think we shouldn't forget that. With all the talk about the title at this Southampton side, they're probably in their best piece of form of the season at this particular moment in time.
Alistair well forward, but had come well in from the right-hand side. Simon Charlton playing in front of the left-back, Francis Benali. Here's Benali now. Jim Magilton in the centre of midfield with Neil Maddison, Shipley and Watson. 2 signings this season by Alan Ball, the 2 up front. And Letitia will pick his moment and do his best to be the star of the show on this big stage, I'm sure.
Just listen to the guests earlier. I think Dion Duggan was talking about the word patience, but I also think that Alex Ferguson would want his side to fly out the traps, Martin, in the opening 10 minutes and try and squeeze a goal early, and if they don't, then certainly patience comes into it.
A match under the control of Paul Danson. Well, Manchester United got off to a terrific start against Sheffield Wednesday, but didn't really build from that. Gave the ball away a lot, but they got their results to set up tonight. Another win tonight really sets up the last Sunday of the season. In case you don't know, Manchester United play at West Ham and Blackburn at Anfield. Ince once of West Ham. Sharp. Here's Hughes with a chance.
Oh, you'd have put your house on him. You would have really put your house on Mark Hughes there. Time, space, everything that he required to take this opportunity. Francis Benali's got no right to come in and bother with Nicky Butt. Everything's covered up, but he does come in. And because he doesn't win it when he comes in, look at that. It's down, it's perfect for Hughes, it's on the right foot, and you don't often see Mark Hughes do that. But even the best early in a game sometimes are a little nervous.
Alistair. Some amazing news. We're hearing that Andy Cole has only just heard it himself, but he's become a father for the first time about 15 minutes ago. Wonderful tonic. We talk about the arrival of Cantona. There's a new arrival in the Cole household. Congratulations to him. And if he was pumped up for this game, well, that will be even magnified now. And here is Cole and Sharp.
Well, Mark Hughes is looking for the referee. He feels that Ken Moncow was clambering all over the back of him. I thought that Nicky Butt had a case as well. Because Francis Benali, looked to me, he's got a hold of him here. He's got a right tug at him there. Now, Mark Hughes is thinking that Ken Moncow's clambering all over him. I think he made a bit of a back himself, Mark.
Letitia, Shipley. Watson saw that the ball was on to the run of Jim Magilton. Trying to chip Schmeichel. They've scored. Simon Charlton has beaten Peter Schmeichel here in a league game, and Alec Ferguson cannot believe what he's seen. Southampton promised a positive start here, and they've delivered it.
Well, it's tight, Martin, but it's the right back, Gary Neville, that's just a yard deeper, and that's why Magilton's onside, and that proud record of Peter Schmeichel's is gone. The first league goal that he's conceded at Old Trafford for over a year, and it's a simple header for Simon Charlton, but great skill from Magilton. He's a big goalkeeper to get the ball up and down, but he managed to do that. He could only get a fingertip to it, and the rest was simple from Simon Charlton. But no one picked up Magilton's run.
Peter Schmeichel, what an amazing record, more than 24 hours continuous football if you add all the games and appearances together. But finally it had to go sometime, but he wouldn't have wanted it to happen tonight. At least Manchester United, with this desire for victory here, have got plenty of time to put matters straight, and here's Ince trying to do that with Cole, for Ince, for Hughes, deflects off Moncal, corner.
Well, that's another half chance for Mark Hughes. That one more difficult, simply because he was a little reluctant to take it on his left foot. As it drops here, he may have hit it, but he wanted to bring it in front of him, and that gave Moncal that couple of seconds that he needed to get the block on. No backward steps now for the champions. They must drive forward.
Sharp who've taken the corner. Well, just as on Sunday, we've had an early goal here, but the difference is, for Manchester United, it's at the wrong end.
You know, maybe people might think I'm crazy saying this, but sometimes that ain't a bad thing. If you're suffering from nerves and you're a little bit edgy and you lose an early goal, and all those thoughts go, Mark, because all that's in your mind is pushing forward, being positive. There's not a negative thought now in any of the Manchester United players' heads. They've got to be so positive now. That might just help their performance.
And here comes Southampton again. So often when they've been here in the recent past, remember they've lost 5 league games in a row on this ground. They've come as a team struggling, needing something perhaps to avoid the relegation issue themselves. They've scrambled clear, of course, in each of those seasons. When they came here at the identical point last year, the last Wednesday of the league season, Manchester United were champions, but
there's
might
a run,
not be champions this season because
right
of this.
Through the heart of that defence. They pulled the two centre-backs over beautifully, and that left a huge gap between the centre-back and the right back. And Jim Magilton just stormed through it.
But Simon Charlton, who's normally a left-back, being asked to do a job on the left-hand side of midfield, to keep the shape, really, get the balance right. Certainly knew to follow in as the play built up on the opposite side. And when the ball dropped off Schmeichel's fingertips, it was Charlton who headed into the unguarded net. There he is. Yorkshireman signed from Huddersfield. Nicky Butt. Fouled by Benali. There was a time, of course, where Southampton, the Saints, were known as the Sinners, but their disciplinary record certainly has improved since Alan Ball took over. They've not had one player sent off since he became manager. That was January last year. Dave Besant got back in goal because Bruce Grobbelaar was injured at Liverpool and an aggravated a groin strain going away to play for Zimbabwe. Besant's got in and stayed in with some excellent performances. Grobbelaar is here as the substitute goalkeeper. And very much much caught up in the drama as we all are. Benali. Waited, he had a chance to roll it through to Shipley and declined the opportunity. Neville. It's not easy for Jason Dodd. Not easy for Besant. That's Cole. So he hit it straight into the ground, and Besant was able to get across and deal with the ball as it bounced up.
Well, by his standard, it's a chance. That's why there's a little shake of the head. It wasn't easy. It only cost £7 million. That goes down as an opportunity.
Magilton. And again. Letitia, Bruce was on him very quickly, and Letitia looks at the referee, who's already turned away to keep the game going. Irwin. Going to be a booking here for Dodd for the angle of his tackle.
Well, Matt Letitia's having a go at the referee for the simple reason he felt Steve Bruce, his foul, well, his tackle about 20 seconds earlier was very similar to that. And he was very angry with Paul Danson.
Jason Dodd very much the first choice right back now that Jeff Kenner, of course, has joined Blackburn and is very much in the opposite camp to Manchester United, and like Tim Flowers and Alan Shearer, of course, looking to former teammates to do Blackburn a real service here. They've started very well in that quest. But Bruce looking for something rather cavalier down the right-hand side. He damaged his back in a training session the Saturday before last and really thought his season was over. But some manipulation literally has straightened him up. McClair. That seemed to go out off him. It's a throw for Southampton. Pressure applied by Watson. A mistake by Pallister. The ball from Letitia. And Watson's in. And it could so easily, maybe should have been 2-0.
Well, Gary Pallister's apologising first for losing the ball, and then he just pulls away from Watson. He got attracted to Letitia. Letitia picked out a beautiful pass. Watson elected to take it with his right foot. Now he's in trouble here. Could go back to the goalkeeper, didn't. He's attracted to Letitia, and Watson just pulls on his shoulder. Goalkeeper had that covered near side. I'm not so sure if he'd have tried to bend it to the left-hand side of Peter Schmeichel. Would have been better.
Well, Pallister knows that he was let off. Benali. Ferguson, you probably heard him talking earlier in the programme, went to see Southampton at Everton, where they played without Letitia and opted for a more defensive formation. And maybe he was thinking it would be the same again tonight. It's certainly not been. They've been bristling with aggression and real self-belief.
Not lost a game in the last 6 league games. Something like 4 wins and 2 draws. It's exactly the same.
Goals conceded.
It's exactly the same record as Manchester United. So there was no reason why they shouldn't come into this game really very confident. I think we all felt they would do.
Well, Alan Ball must be delighted with the start. It's hard to believe that he'll be 50 on Friday, but he will be. It'll be a perfect way to start the celebrations off. See his team play well and win here. There's a lot of work to be done. What they have done is really thrown down the challenge to United.
That's crazy.
Not happy about the free kick.
No, I think it's crazy that Francis Benali, Martin. I mean, Nicky Butt's really struggling to go anywhere. And he's just tugged away at him unnecessarily, giving away a silly free kick in a really dangerous area, inviting pressure on. Pallister comes up, Bruce is attracted up.
Sharp driving it towards the near post. And Maddison can knock it away. McClare. Bessent leaving it for the defender, who was Dodd.
It's back with Sharp. Pallister goes in again, the player who scored the equaliser down at the Dell on New Year's Eve. And was so close to equalising here.
That was a great header, a towering header. So unlucky, Gary Pallister. Drilled the corner in, Lee Sharp. Pallister met it with the full meat of his head. Powerfully down. Goalkeeper's beaten. And when you want a little bit of luck, Gary Pallister didn't have it.
Big news of a goal for you from Upton Park, but for the moment we concentrate on the events at Old Trafford here with Cole and Sharp. Another Manchester United corner. Pallister strides forward again. Steve Bruce, of course, is there. United have had to rely perhaps more on set pieces over the second half of the season, having lost so many of their flair players.
That was a teaser from Lee Sharp that time. Drilled the last one up. That was a teaser. Hoisted up. Way up into the air, tempted the goalkeeper if he fancied it to come and get it. But Dave Bessent decided to stay in his line.
Owen takes. Just bounced away behind Butt. Sharp, supported here by Neville. Watson chasing across. Southampton holding a line outside the penalty area. Irwin. Coming off Moncal's head. And, well, there's excellent positional play by the referee, who paired back onto the goal line to make sure that Bessent didn't carry the ball across the line for a corner. And here's Dodd. Magilton. Tissier. Again, he looks at the referee. Here's McClare. Ball on for Cole through the centre until Richard Hall stuck out a leg. It's frantic here at the moment. Hughes, Cole. Comes out for Ince. But Andy Cole, with a tense touch at the ball, he couldn't cushion it forward to go on for goal himself. But a goal for you at Upton Park, and it's come from West Ham United. Matty Holmes, after 28 minutes, his first goal of the season. And West Ham, in these circumstances, so grateful for it. Here, but not to the home side.
But the chances are there. It's been interesting, Mark. This hasn't been a sterile performance from Manchester United in any shape or form. They've created 4 or 5 good opportunities in the opening 20 minutes. But uncharacteristically, the finish hasn't quite been there.
Cole. Here's Sharp. Well, they doubled up on him well defensively, did Southampton. Well, stories unfolding here in the north and in the south. We'll keep you right up to date with them, and of course, right up through Sunday's football as well, wherever the main matches turn out to be, and we're not even sure of that yet. But rest assured, we will bring you the action that decides the Premiership and the relegation issues as well.
It's a tough decision now, because it's not Dennis Irwin that's offside. As you see from the replay, he makes a great run, but I think it's just Andy Cole in the centre. Just as it's brought down, it's popped off, and I'm not so sure Cole's even offside. A very tough decision, both in tightness and, well, whether Andy Cole's actually involved. But certainly look at the way United are pushing forward. Only 12% in that defensive third of theirs. But it's that little graphic in the top left. It's the most important one for Manchester United. Talked about it in the last fortnight, Martin. Every game's about result, not performance. I think this has been the best 20 minutes for Manchester United for a little while. Certainly when it's mattered. Certainly against Coventry, they didn't have a good opening 20 minutes. Certainly, although they got the goal against Sheffield Wednesday, it wasn't a great performance. This has been the best start, but they find themselves a goal down.
And against Sheffield Wednesday, Alex Ferguson's been admitting that he started the game with the wrong team. He altered the midfield strategy very early on, despite, as you say, David May giving them the lead. Oh, there's a real mess here, and it's going to lead to Andy Cole. With so much to celebrate tonight.
I'll tell you what, Martin, his dummy set it all up with the near post. It wasn't a great cross in. But watch the way he lets it go, and he's immediately spinning back in there when he senses anything happening. And his touch is much better. Bessent goes to ground, lifts it over the top of him. But they really should have cleared this. They're really getting all sorts of mess. Southampton, one touch, and then it's drilled past the goalkeeper.
Well, it was Simon Charlton who scored the Southampton goal, who was very involved in that confusion there with Moncau. And Andy Cole gets his first goal at home since the 5 against Ipswich a couple of months ago. On a very special night for him personally as well as professionally. We're halfway through the first half. The mood has swung back Manchester United's way. Matt Le Tissier has a corner. Charlton going for the short one. They've left Magilton on the edge of the area. Pay the price for that.
The bright mark, look at that. Schmeichel, Brian McClair was so bright and alert when that ball, Magilton struck it wide.
Here's Cole. On the hunt again. Sharp. Curling it, and Bessent may well have seen it late, but had the length in his frame and his arms to turn it away. All came from Schmeichel.
Well, he desperately wanted it on his left foot, didn't he, Sharp? But look at Bessent's view. It's not a good one. It's got 3 or 4 players in front of him. But he gets both hands to it.
It's been a great response by Manchester United to losing the early goal. They've hit the post through Pallister, they've equalised through Cole. And Southampton suddenly are on the rack here. Ince. Charlton concedes the corner.
Told you it sometimes isn't a bad thing if you lose an early goal. And I think that showed, doesn't it, in their performance since the goal went against them. It's been bright, it's been full of passion, it's been full of power.
And it's been pretty full of corners as well. Pallister, Bruce, so it hit Cole.
Well, I was asking why. I mean, whether it would have gone in, I'm not so sure. We can certainly have a look at it. Pallister gets a great touch. Yeah, it's tough to know. I think it might have been going flying wide. Steve Bruce might have been saying, thanks for getting in the way. I didn't want it to go flying wide.
Clearance from Hall. Le Tissier. James, of course, has been linked with Manchester United in the transfer speculation. But if Southampton are doing well, and Alan Ball and Laurie McMenemy have certainly a season to look back on with some pride here after they're brushed with relegation last season. If Southampton are playing well, you feel that Matt is happy at the Dell. Jilton, Shipley. This is Cole. Storming up from right back is Neville.
We didn't see him.
Hughes. Ince. He didn't use him. Watson. Well, when the stakes are so high, you don't always get a spectacle, but we're getting one here.
We often talk in football about being on the front foot, and that's certainly what Manchester United are at the moment.
Well, that puts Southampton on the back foot where they've been really since they scored. The long throw of Gary Neville. He's got it low to Pallister, no one in front of him. Pallister squeezes it back to Neville.
No. That's him. Youth showing there, Mark. But it's Andy Cole it's all about. Now, I think what troubled Simon Charlton here is he's left-footed. His natural strike of the ball would have been to take it towards his own goal. Mark Hughes, he does his bit. And as Bessett tries to spread himself, he scoped it comfortably past him.
Well, you feel for the goalkeeper then because it was very untidy in front of him. Manchester United calling the tune. Cole. Now Letitia able to turn. He knows this part of the pitch where he can often find space for himself. Those short clearances on from Watson, but he was lucky to get it back from Bruce. Blocked by Pallister. Watson tries again. Slews away off the outside of his foot. The signing from Sheffield Wednesday. So Manchester United have now conceded 4 goals this season at home in the league. That equals of Liverpool back in 1979. There's nothing to suggest here that if they get a share of the ball, which is becoming more difficult for Southampton, that they won't go looking to add to their tally. But you do rather suspect now a busy evening for Bessent.
Well, he's had a busy opening half hour. I don't expect it to get any easier.
Was originally scheduled for FA Cup semi-final weekend, when of course United were otherwise engaged. Its final placement, so close to the end of the season, has added spice to the championship story. Played Charlton. He was a graduate of the FA school at Lilleshall. Benali. Shipley got a touch. Watson couldn't really rein it in. Attempts at goal, and we haven't yet had half an hour. Manchester United won, Southampton won. Simon Charlton for the Saints, and Andy Cole for United. Every touch of the ball here, and total scrutiny at Ewood Park and in the surrounding Blackburn area. Still looking grumpily across at the referee. Certainly some decisions he thought should have gone his way, haven't. Oh, it's the touch as Letizia bowled him over by Irwin. Paul Danson has had enough of Matt Letizia.
I think that's frustration that he feels one or two decisions haven't gone his way. But it's gone, and then the tackle comes.
And if it had been the other way around and he'd been on the receiving end, he would have expected the defender to be booked, as he did early on when Steve Bruce knocked him flying. But Bruce wasn't booked. Comforting word. Ferguson's been talking about offering Dennis Irwin a contract to keep him here for the rest of his footballing life. He's so dependable. Old Crescent was almost caught in no man's land then.
I think he was I think he got a little lucky, the goalkeeper there.
Well, it's another full house at Old Trafford, and as with the Manchester United fans, they've made the effort from all over the country to get here tonight. But they'll be concerned here as Dodd picks out Magilton. Letizia teasing Schmeichel off his line, but Schmeichel came up with the ball and the answer and the quick clearance. 2 up for United. Goal judged by Hall. Benali. Madison. Shipley wanting it slid through to him. Slipped by Magilton. Hughes, no one to the right of him at the moment. Neville trying to get there, but Hughes plays it through the centre. And that was technically very well done by Richard Hall as the ball dropped.
There's no one to the right most of the time. Manchester United get the ball. Nicky Butt really hasn't tried to give any width at all. Well, he's been given instructions from Alex Ferguson and Branca to pull inside and look to be a threat there and let Gary Neville come on the outside.
There's Neville and Bruce got United into a spot of bother here. Letizia! Well, for most players that wouldn't have been regarded as a chance, but for him it is.
Yeah, it's a measure of the quality he possesses, execute this kind of skill, that we all regard this as half a chance for Matt Letizia. As it just drops down. I think Lee Sharp did enough just to inside him, just to make him know that he was around.
But his instincts, as you say, and he do take him in from the touchline, where he can get his tackles in, where he can use his energy. He's a real favourite of Alex Ferguson's. Manchester United's scouting system and the youth team coaches can be very proud of their contribution to this particular season. Worth mentioning particularly with Butt and Neville involved on the eve of another FA Youth Cup final appearance for Manchester United, which you'll see the first leg live on Sky Sports tomorrow night from White Hart Lane. Tottenham have a terrific young team as well, so join us tomorrow. First leg of the FA Youth Cup final. And Alex Ferguson has promised he'll be down there supporting his young team. Whatever happens tonight. Dodd. Letizia. And he extricated himself from the difficulties cleverly. Benali. Charlton.
Magilton's got lots of space again. He's causing one or two problems just infield from Charlton.
Really blossomed in his first full season with Southampton, Jim Magilton. They will tell you, Adele, that he's been helped because he's been on a strict fitness regime. He's lost some weight. as indeed has Neil Shipley since he was signed. And both have done particularly well. Ever since he became a manager, Alan Ball started, of course, at Blackpool. He's always believed in youth, as he should do as someone who won a World Cup winners' medal at the age of 21. 10 minutes to go to half-time. Player coming towards the throw. It goes instead to Hughes. It's another corner. There's never too much variation from Manchester United in this respect, with Bruce and Pallister there. Knowing what's coming is very different to dealing with it. Stylish on the ball. Southampton finding it hard to get meaningful possession after that fast start. Cole. That's a foul by Ince. Due to total commitment. And it's, I think, no more than the ticking off from Paul Danson.
He's only fractionally, he's committed to going for it, but I think he's just leading with the left arm, and I think that's probably what caught the referee's attention. It's no surprise that the pace has just died a little in the last 5 or 6 minutes, since the half-hour mark.
Should the title showdown go on to Sunday, Ferguson, I'm sure, will expect no favours from Liverpool. Liverpool to give of their best, as Southampton are doing here. Some Liverpool who are losing tonight at Upton Park to West Ham. Well, there was a 7:45 kick-off. Letitia to take the Southampton corner. Back by McClair. Jilton again, picking up the droppings at the edge of the area. Watson. Nifty footwork from Charlton. Jilton. Headed down by Hall. Letitia. Well, we've seen him do it often enough, but he hasn't found the range here tonight.
Well, that's two. That's two. I would expect the third one to be on target, Mark.
Neville. Something of a problem position this season for Manchester United right back, with Paul Parker missing most of the time. Roy Keane's had a go there. David May didn't seem very happy there. Gary Neville really betting in, but they played their way around him here. Watson. Oh, Ince needed to stick out a foot in the end. Here is Letitia running into the crowd, steered away by Bruce. Cole holding it up well. Here's Owen. Cole loitering on the left, leaving others to fill the middle this time. He'd actually beaten him, I think, in the turn back into Dodd.
I think he was pretty relieved, Jason Dodd, there. Did the trick, Andy Cole. Dodd went to ground, and suddenly Cole was turning back into the tackle.
Corner number 8. stung as they were by Simon Charlton's goal. Manchester United have reacted very well. But they do need to reshape the scoreline. Bruce. Cole working on the right side this time. And struggling to get into the centre as Neville puts the ball in. And Hughes gets to it. And Andy Cole was still outside the penalty area as Hughes headed off target.
But he contributed really well to the build-up. Held up the play well. And this is when Neville just comes crashing into play, really. It's a super run. Stands it up at the back post. It's only fractionally too high for Mark Hughes.
Gary Neville has to go to the FA at Lancaster Gate tomorrow to explain why he's tallied more than 41 penalty points on the disciplinary charts. This late in the season, one would hope that there will be a sympathetic hearing and that he won't get another suspension. If he was to be suspended even for one game, that one game would be the FA Cup final. Benali. And Butt got to the ball but couldn't divert it away from Maddison, who was always the intended target for the pass.
Well, the game's settled now in the last 10 minutes. United were so dominant from the moment they lost the goal. They've just not been able to keep the pace and the tempo in the game, and I don't think that should surprise anyone.
Bruce. Frontman moving away from him, but he still picked out Cole. Claire. 3 minutes to go to half-time. Pallister came all the way and made it difficult for Watson, who then got tangled up with Ince. Watson thought it was deliberate, Ince didn't. Indefatigable Ince. Manchester United looking for a goal before half-time that would mean so much to them. Irwin. Steered in by Pallister, flicked on by Ince.
Clever header from Collins.
Here's Watson, who you feel is just a little heated still after what happened with Ince. But there is absolutely no margin for error for Manchester United. The draw not good enough to go behind here would be a real body blow. Having come back so well from going a goal behind early in the half. Letitia. Bouncing header from Maddison. Well, Gordon Watson, as we've been pointing out, has been body and soul to the contest. He can get overexcited. Was it playing against Leeds early in the season for Sheffield Wednesday, but he got himself sent off for just being too competitive very early in the game, if memory serves me as well.
Very early, opening 5 or 6 minutes.
Alan Ball needing his striker just to cool it. Quite a difficult half in the end for his young team, for all their attacking thoughts going into the game, and the reward getting a very rare goal for opposing teams here at Old Trafford. Only the third club to score here in the league this season, following Nottingham Forest and Leicester. And Simon Charlton only the fourth player. And the first, of course, as we've said, to get the better of Peter Schmeichel. The other goals going past Gary Walsh. Oh, given away by Neville to Charlton. Watson's kept pace with him. Charlton goes for goal and has Schmeichel sprawling to his left. But the shot in the end is wide.
Well struck. When you see Peter Schmeichel at full stretch, when you know that the goalkeeper's wanted it's on target. He had a look around, knew there was no support. He's got a good left foot. Hits it well enough. It's only a yard or so wide. Gary Neville's pretty relieved to see it go wide.
I think we could put one or two individual errors, and there have been some from Manchester United, down to the tension of the occasion and the odd flare-up as well. Shipley and Irwin exchanging views. Nicely done by McClare. Neville. Stoppage time at the end of the first half. Ince given some room to govern the play here. Sharp. Irwin. Hughes made a great run. Left the defenders. The ball wasn't quite right for him.
What you call an ugly ball. Sat up horribly in front of him as he tried to control it, Mark Hughes.
Southampton tried to press the man in possession. It's not an easy task. Manchester United have played with more polish here in the first half than they did in the entire 90 minutes against Sheffield Wednesday on Sunday. Irwin. Some defending still for Southampton to do before the half-time whistle goes. Ince, Hughes, but his one league goal came against Southampton at the Dell. Well, they don't really want the half to end, United. But the whistle has gone. Simon Charlton for Southampton. Peter Schmeichel conceding a league goal here for the first time for more than 13 months. But Andy Cole, who heard before the game that he'd become a father, celebrated with the equaliser. Alec Ferguson needs a winner in the second half.
Weeks have we been left breathless at half and full time in the chase for the championship. 1-1 at Old Trafford. If it stays like this, Blackburn will be champions in an hour. Manchester United have to find more. 10 attempts at goal, 4 on target, 6 from Southampton. On target once, it counted. 9 corners for Manchester United. It's flowed again, just 2 offside decisions. 2 booked from Southampton, one of them Matt Letizia. The possession, 55% to Manchester United. Ball in play, not half an hour from just over 47 minutes. 19% of the action in United's last third. It's been heavily weighted in their favour. 1-1, Dion Dublin, the former United striker, now of Coventry, of course, and Kevin Moran are our guests here this evening. Well, not the start that we expected, gentlemen. Southampton rather stunned Old Trafford, didn't they? Simon Charlton scoring so early, Dion.
Certainly did. Wouldn't have expected that start at all, you know, Alex Ferguson, but so it happens. He seemed to G United up a little bit, and they've replied, you know, pretty sharply.
In a strange way, obviously not if it finishes like this, but in a strange way, Kevin, it did rather get United going, didn't it?
It certainly did.
Is it maybe what they needed?
I think so in many ways, because often you sometimes see United, they might start quickly, but then obviously they just take it a little bit easier then as the game goes on. But this meant they had to get right into it again, and what we got was a very exciting next 25 minutes of football from Manchester United.
It's a beautifully worked goal too, wasn't it?
As you say, a magnificent
shot. Had gone past Schmeichel in more than a year. The first league goal past Schmeichel in more than a year on this ground.
That's right, but I thought the chip was superb from him, and he saw what was happening at the back post with Jilton, and that's what he was aiming for. And even though Schmeichel came out to narrow the angle that little bit, it was still inch perfect.
Southampton didn't half get out of the blocks. They could have been 2 up, in fact, before Manchester United found their equaliser. And Gordon Watson here, as again they carved them open, Dion, and they have more than once or twice, haven't they?
They have. They've had a few chances. Looking at this one earlier, I thought he was trying. I thought he might have gone for the far post there, but he skewed it wide, and luckily for Man United.
But I think that's what we talk about. Schmeichel there, honestly, he must have, as he felt in that position, you would think that he's in a great position there to score. But he just looks so big in those positions, Schmeichel, that you would think, well, which do I go for? Near post, far post. And I'd agree with Dion. If he went for that far post, I'm not too sure he would have scored with the way Schmeichel can spread himself. And as you say, he just missed his short of the near post.
Gary Pallister hit the post. We were just starting to think, was this Newcastle all over again at Blackburn the other night? Number of good early chances for Manchester United, 2 for Hughes, then Pallister hits the post with that. And the Tizier wanted to juggle with it. It came back off the post.
That was incredible to see that. No other player, I think, in that position would even dream of taking down a ball there, especially when you've got so many bodies around the area, except the Tizier.
And then a goal for Andy Cole, whose girlfriend Shirley gave birth to a baby boy 15 minutes before the start of this game. They managed to get a message through to him, and he celebrated with this. Mind you, it'll be some celebration if he can find another, and it proves to be the winner, Kevin, won't it?
That's right. What I thought was superb was his dummy initially. That really caught everybody at the back. But let's be honest about it, that's an awful mix-up to get yourself into if you're looking at it from Southampton's point of view. That ball should have been cleared once it dropped out of Monco there.
There's the dummy.
Great dummy. And it completely caught people at the back then. And then God knows what they were thinking of after that.
They didn't want it to fall to Andy Cole, Dion, did they?
Not at all, no. I thought Sparky's done superb there. He's on the floor, he's kept the ball alive, and Cole has had superb feet there to get it out of his feet, and he's sticking in the back of the net.
But I think at this stage as well, like United deserved, they really deserve to be back on level terms, you know, because they really took the game to Southampton after going a goal down. They created a few chances as well, and thoroughly deserve to go to at least get a draw back out of it.
Well, this isn't the only big game being played tonight at Upton Park. West Ham are in action against Liverpool. They need the win to guarantee their safety. And this is what happened around about the half-hour mark. Liverpool, the opposition, of course. West Ham, who tore Blackburn apart about a fortnight ago, but have rocked since then. Matt Holmes with his first goal of the season. From a very tight angle, but somehow he squeezed it in. 28 minutes, they're into the second half there. We'll be back with the second half here after the break. Half-time at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Southampton 1. Well, after an anxious start for Manchester United, they found their voices. It's 1-1 right now. But remember, Manchester United have got to win this tonight. Nothing less will do. I'm just thinking, Kevin, to be fair to both Newcastle the other night and Southampton here, they've made Blackburn and Manchester United respectively play, haven't they, the opposition?
They certainly have, you know. As we said before, I think Southampton, they'll always come to play. They like to play football as well. But in doing that, they sometimes give United just a chance just to nick a ball and counter-attack at them again. And it'll be interesting to see what happens now in this second half.
Dion, have you changed your mind? You were strongly on Manchester United to win it.
I'm still there, definitely.
Never lose it, do you?
Not at all, not at all.
Right, 1-1 here, 1-0 to West Ham United at Upton Park. Anything else happens there, we'll see it as it happens. But let's rejoin our match commentators, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thanks, Richard. They've been playing simply the best, one of the anthems here during the half-time break. Alex Ferguson's team have still got plenty to do if they're going to prove that they are just that. They've certainly had the upper hand territorially after going behind in the 5th minute. But the scoreline has to be changed. A draw, as I'm sure you all realise, is not enough. If it finishes level, as it is when we start the second half, then Blackburn will be champions tonight. And Cole is offside. As the temperatures drop, Eric Cantona needs a little bit of extra protection against the chill of the Manchester night air. McGilton. Watson. Still Watson. Chipperley has forced Watson a bit wide, and Schmeichel went out after the ball. Watson, who earlier in his career did get into trouble for diving when a Sheffield Wednesday player. Paul Danson had a good look at it. Andy, what did you think?
He had a good clear view of it. I thought the goalkeeper took the ball. He certainly may have caught Watson, but my opinion right out was that he got plenty of the ball and then probably just caught Watson. He couldn't fault very much like Philip Dawn's positioning in the Gillespie affair at Ewood Park, you couldn't fault either referee's positioning to make a good decision.
Let's have another look at it.
Well, the ball's just a little ahead of Watson, and Schmeichel goes and commits himself, gets the ball and Watson. I think we could see there quite clearly that the ball changed direction after Schmeichel got his hands on it. Watson goes down, referee had a great view and made, in my opinion, the right decision.
Well, the championship issue still unresolved, but West Ham going very well at Upton Park towards safety. And Watson in behind Pallister then, but couldn't control it, applauds the pass. It's 3-0 to West Ham against Liverpool.
That's 2 chances, you know, Southampton have carved up in the opening 2 minutes of this match. In the second half, sorry.
At half-time to West Ham. Matt Holmes, this is the goal that made it 2-0, and it was the former Liverpool player Don Hutchison. 2 minutes later, and Hutchison did the trick again. And Liverpool, who are short of a number of senior players through injuries, not offering much resistance down in London tonight. Harry Redknapp, who's had no chance to relax all season long, might just have the opportunity to do that tonight.
That looked like for the first time this season Harry believed his team was safe, Mark. Delighted for him. Smashing lad, Harry Redknapp.
That strange scenario of his son Jamie being in the Liverpool ranks. Back to the scenario in front of us at Old Trafford. Manchester United in increasing need of a goal. Cole. And there's such a confidence about his general play. Here's McClair. Sharp. Owen! It's a corner.
Well, he's scored some vital goals this season already, Dennis Irwin. And this is so typical. Pass and move. Leaves Matt Letizia for dead. The angle's a tight one, but the goalkeeper does what's required of him. Gets a good block on it.
Ince. Oh, Besson did well. Did very well. Instinctive.
Oh,
he stopped it.
Great block. Super header from Ince. Corners haven't been great from Sharp, but this one is. Hands go up, instinctive. Cole, again, his attempt was an instinctive one as it came off the keeper. But it's a great header from Paul Ince. Look at the way he gets the power into that. Instinctive save. The chance for Cole. Well, if you get it right, it drops in the back of the net. Just caught him on the shin.
Benali. Here's Shipley. Southampton performing here with a lot of pride and passion, safely in the middle of the table. Look down on the pack of clubs that have been in trouble right to the end of the season. But it's the type of attitude that I would expect from Liverpool against Blackburn on Sunday, whatever is at stake there. And indeed for West Ham, who will not now be fearing for their Premiership lives when they play Manchester United, whatever the circumstance for United on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that question's answered tonight already, I feel, at 3-0. West Ham safe. The one that remains is, can Manchester United take the championship race into the final day?
Ince, McClair's gone to the left, and Hall reached it to deny him possession. He's got the throw. Irwin. Pace mixed with patience. for Manchester United. Neville. McClare could well have been handball. It's a goal kick in any case.
Unlucky, Brian McClare. He applauds the ball, and it was a good ball from Neville. Didn't just toss it in, but played a very delicate chip. It just sits up a bit once it comes off his stomach area.
Well, when Manchester United equalised midway through the first half, the scene seemed to be set for Alex Ferguson's team to really fire on all cylinders and not just seize the initiative, but seize the points. Hasn't panned out that way. Still plenty of time, but you feel that this night of all nights, the spectators will be consulting their watches earlier than usual.
I just felt that having drawn level, they just took the foot off the gas a little bit first half. Whether they were consciously a little bit tired, Martin, it's been a long season, or whether they just thought, well, we don't want to make another mistake.
But Hughes, ricochets, and almost a repetition of what happened when United did equalise. Neil Maddison is still down hurt. Neville settling for the throw because he knows that's a good position for him in particular. There'll be some treatment here for Maddison. One of the Southampton signings from the northeast of England, where their contacts are so good. The area from which, of course, they attracted Alan Shearer. Great energy from Butt.
He caught him with his knee just as he was going past him. They're having a tug at each other. Look at Nicky Butt choosing, tugging away. Just there you saw the right knee as Maddison went to ground. Just caught him on the side of the head. Completely accidental.
The delay giving Southampton time to concentrate on their marking at the long throw. They need to pick up Pallister. Well, it's even over him. Cow got to it, comes to Sharp on his left foot. And Besant didn't allow the ball to bounce off him. Had he done so, Mark Hughes was following in, as you would expect.
That's a good clean strike from Lee Sharp and a good clean take from the goalkeeper. Gets a good look at this one, you can see there. A couple of steps to his left and the comfortable catch.
Shipley. McClare was in the way. His terrific team player, Brian McClare. 8 seasons now since he came down from Scotland. Shipley. Loose there before Watson. Ince. Cole is onside, but the ball is too straight and just a bit too powerful to run on through. Away from Cole.
That was the right idea. They had pushed up quite far up the pitch. Southampton, the right idea was to knock it over the top for Cole.
But on the move again. Well, it was close to the goal, but that wasn't what he was looking for.
Can only think that it sat up, and it seems strange to say this great surface. Whether it just sits up, it does. It just sat up as he was looking to turn that across the face of the 6-yard box. Just drift harmlessly wide. Sorry, Martin, I just feel that United have been at their best tonight when the tempo of the game has been at its fastest. And I think Alex Ferguson maybe have been trying to stress that at half-time.
It's Charlton's ball, looking for Shipley. Benali. Well, there's pace, as we say, about Manchester United. Physical power. They do, without counting our lack, a bit of craft, and that has been reflected in this spate of home draws over the last couple of months, when they haven't broken through. Those 3 0-0s could yet be the difference between retaining and losing their title. Charlton. Shipley got up well, but was using an opponent to do so. Southampton are considering a substitution in the shape of Neil Heaney, who's been out recently with a calf strain. He's a direct, probing, wide player. Improving his fitness in the reserves. Former England under-21 international. Bruce. Old darting to the left. And he's going to provide the craft as well as the thrust. Sharp, can he reach it? Besnett committed himself. Dodds there to knock it out of play. Dave Besnett in a long way. Lee Sharp was quick enough to make it awkward for the goalkeeper. Leclerc winding up for the shot.
Pity, Neville had made a long run in this near side and was completely open. I wonder if that's just the first signs of a little anxiety coming into the play.
Well, Alan Ball is taking off Franny Benali, and one would now expect Simon Charlton, the goal scorer, to play at left back to get Heaney into the game. It's a tactical change. And Neil Heaney has very simple instructions. Get the ball and go at them. Goal was impeded by Moncau. Free kick to Manchester United. Played short by Bruce towards Butt. Charlton did the defending. Heaney knocks it quickly up to Watson. There's one man over on the right-hand side, Magilton. Here's Dodd. United have to track back. Magilton. Well, the move which was so positive once Manchester United had equalised is starting to get fretful now. Leclerc looking to change that. He's got to perhaps do it all his own. Here he goes with others arriving in the centre. The decision is a corner. Well, it is glory or death.
Oh, that's for sure.
The championship context.
A good positive run from Brian Leclerc, sort of thing that's needed. Neil Madison gets across. The ball does strike him a little bit in the arm before it strikes his head, but corner, the right decision.
Cal made it his. Sharp, but didn't really deal with it. Knocked away by Madison, but Southampton had pulled everyone back. Peter Schmeichel wanted to give United an 11th outfield player. And if it stays at 1-1, expect to see more of Schmeichel as an outfield player. He's champing at the bit.
He'd rather not be required.
But look where he is. Well, he's patrolling, shall we say. Alistair got to it. In goes Bruce. And pat on the back for Madison from Besant. Pallister landed heavily. Only half an hour to go.
It's a good knockback from him as well. No way he could score, and he wasn't trying to in any shape or form, but he was conscious of knocking it back into the 6-yard box. And it was a very good clearance from Neil Madison. But he'll be starting probably for the first time in many weeks, Alex Ferguson, to get a little bit anxious. Good knockback, just what you would want the centre-back to do. Bruce is coming in on it. And that's a really important clearance from Madison.
You can just imagine Alan Shearer and Tim Flowers and Jeff Kenner in particular watching in Blackburn tonight, cheering their old teammates. But Manchester United looking around the stadium with some concerned spectators here. They've become so accustomed to glory since the Premiership was put in place.
Just
they love Gary Pallister and they're concerned about him, but the anxiety is the situation. Alec Ferguson has got Paul Scholes and David Beckham, two more Fergie fledglings as substitutes. But this giant of a man, a giant of a player, is going to carry on. Heaney's header. Nicked forward by Shipley. Charlton. Still Charlton. He was impeded there by Bruce, but the referee says it was not intentional, which rather surprised me and certainly annoyed Charlton.
Well, the whistle went to the mouth, but wasn't blowing. I think the referee thought long and hard over that one. Almost a carbon copy of the first half. Plenty pressure from the home side. But unlike the first half, I can't remember too many golden chances they've had. Created plenty before they scored. That hasn't been the case in the second half.
Steve Bruce in trouble.
Kicks at the back of a player. Well, Paul Dance has shown us already this season that any tackle like that, he's going to bring out the yellow card.
Well, that's the sort of thing that prior to this season defenders have been doing. It's second nature. But the authorities trying to stamp the challenges from behind out. Looking for Bruce, free kick to Southampton. Charlton to take it. Richard Hall is strong in the air, coming around the outside. Jilted under pressure, hoisting it forward. Madison. But sprinting forward to get there before Heaney. Won back by Charlton only for a moment. Here's Hughes. Plenty to the left for United. Lovely control from Sharp. Cole. Forced perhaps wider than he wanted to be. Andy Cole. It was Dodd who wasn't distracted by the bobbing and weaving. Concentrated on the ball to make a successful challenge. Manchester United, we must still call the champions, the defending champions. Will they be the ex-champions by the end of the evening? Not if Steve Bruce has anything to do with it. From Sharp doesn't get beyond Madison.
They've had plenty of corners, man. The quality hasn't been up to usual standard, particularly from Lee Sharp. Too many of them have been short. Put in two really I can think of genuine quality, and both almost brought a goal. One that Palace hit the post with, and the other that Ince provided a great header, and Besson had to match it with an equally good save.
Tissier rather shinned it forward. Neville, sure for one so young. There's an offside here. It's just short of the record-breaking attendance here on Sunday, which was the highest of the entire season. Of course, they're going to rebuild the far side of the ground to increase the capacity. Work on that to start very soon. Southampton have a free kick with work of their own to do here. They're serving their own cause, but they're serving Blackburn Rovers proudly as well. Sending Hall up, but Dodd back. And that was a header from Richard Hall. got 2 on 2 if Schmeichel could have picked out a red shirt. Neville to take the throw. Cow backpedaling. It's a brave header from Charlton. Comes to Irwin. Dodd dealing with Sharp at the cost of the corner. Will it be a better one this time? For a moment there was a short one only. Sharp thought about it, thought better of it. Again, it's Maddison able to get to it. Alistair trying to play it wide. He's only found Watson. Shipley, well found by Dodd. Here's Heaney, who can run, but so too can Nicky Butt. But Heaney's got the better of him. And Neville couldn't just whack it away. It shows the way he's been brought up here at Old Trafford and the pedigree of the youngsters. Irwin. Will the fight go on, or will it finish as flat as a pancake here at Old Trafford tonight? But headed out well by Hall to Heaney. He does sense that Southampton could still come up with something on the break themselves. Shipley, one-on-one with Bruce. He'll look to take him on here and make space for a shot. Schmeichel makes light of the save and immediately thinks of triggering Manchester United going forward again. So often we've seen when the ball's with Schmeichel, Manchester United can be at their most dangerous.
Well, they must risk losing a goal now. We're approaching the last 20 minutes. And they have to take 1 or 2 risks. The anxiety would be, if you were Alex Ferguson, you haven't really created too much so far. Plenty of possession, we can see that. Haven't created the chances to match that possession.
Schmeichel trying to come up with a through ball there for Cole. Hughes and Cole peel away. Here's Cole. McClare. Ince. The Butt was going to take it from him. Now he tees up Nicky Butt. Beaten away by Besson. In goes Cole. It's the net, but the outside.
Good straight from Butt. There'll be 1 or 2, particularly McClare and Hughes, a little disappointed that Andy Cole didn't manage to get this back across the face of the goal. Sits up just in front. That made it difficult. But Andy Cole goes for goal from a really tight angle. And if you look from the 18-yard line here, you'll see McClare and Hughes both at the edge of the 6-yard box. Could he have got it across? He might just have done. And any touch then would surely have been decisive.
What it has done is fueled the passion of the supporters again. They were beginning to sound more despondent. Maddison in the wars again.
Well, it's the way he lands. It's really winded Neil Maddison.
Ball, who's been delighted with the way the side is shaped up, often points out the 2 ends in midfield, Maddison and Magilton. There's the heartbeat of it all, really. Hughes. There were certainly signs here on Sunday that a more confident team than Sheffield Wednesday could give Manchester United problems. And Southampton have done that. They've had plenty of defensive work to put in as well. McClare. Good positioning by the referee, who was only 5 yards away to rule against Richard Hall in favour of Brian McClair.
He's been bright, McClair, all night, man. Every time the ball's gone dead, he's been the brightest United player on view.
So Sharp swings it in. That was Dodd who dealt with it. Back with Irwin. Southampton regroup. United just a little back on their heels. But it might drop their way. Lee Sharp, Brian McClair rather, going in on the stretch.
Madison's challenge was an important one again, but once again, McClair, he was a bright one, wasn't he? As it dropped, he was first to react in a red shirt. There was just too much in the stretch to get any real power in the attempt.
Sometimes success breeds complacency, but not with Manchester United. They're so hungry for more. Nothing wrong with that from Charlton. They've still got the FA Cup final to look forward to as well. There's been no shortage of attempts at goal, but clear-cut chances, not too many. Throw from Neville. Hughes. Strong in possession until he picked out Buck. Here's Sharp. Lee Sharp again, whose final ball is usually very good. Whether he was aiming for Hughes, he certainly missed out Ince, who was the player who got free in the centre. And Sharp recognises that there was possible opportunity there that passed them by.
I mean, he's normally got good quality, Lee Sharp, but I think that's something that's deserted him a little tonight. A latest strike from Andy Cole that gave them 3 precious points at Highfield Road not so long ago, Martin. It now looks like they're looking for something like that yet again to keep the season going.
Well, that was the night when Alex Ferguson said he was so close to pushing Gary Pallister up front. Keep an eye as to whether that's going to happen. We've hardly seen anything of Letitia, but now he emerges from anonymity in this match to be the player fouled by Ince. Moncao spreading the play to Dodd. That's well held, coming on the bounce by Schmeichel. Tripoli was in looking for any spillage from the goalkeeper. Got to happen. It doesn't matter who gets the goal. Paul Scholes, who's shown already in his brief Manchester United senior career that he can take chances at this level, is getting ready for action. Neville. Pallister. Letitia had a good appreciation of the overall situation then, knowing that he could let the ball run. And Southampton going to make another move, and maybe Matt Le Tissier's anonymity tonight is mostly down to that heel problem that kept him out of the match against Everton. He was very keen to be involved tonight. Now look at this. They're taking off Mark Hughes. First of all, an air of disbelief from Hughes and around the ground as well. He's only scored 8 league goals this season. And Alec Ferguson, in this time of desperate need, is prepared to try something else. And on comes Paul Scholes. Andy.
I'm surprised. At a time when you need a goal, well, you don't take off a man that can do what he did in the FA Cup semi-final last year with seconds to go. I'm a little surprised, I have to say. But Alex earns all that money because he's paid to make huge decisions. This might just be the biggest of the season. Taking a man with, well, this history of scoring important goals for Manchester United and goals of sheer quality when needed.
Sharp. Southampton being forced to defend. It's finished at Upton Park, and West Ham United are safe, having beaten Liverpool by 3-0 tonight. Owen. Sharp. Owen. Great cross. It comes for Steve Bruce. Still Bruce, wonderful turn. And
I'm amazed it reached Steve Bruce. That's what and I think he's a little surprised. I've talked about lack of quality from Lee Sharp, but when they needed a quality ball, when Irwin provided it, Cole misses it, Scholes misses it. I think that Steve Bruce is a little surprised it even reached him, and so was I. A touch from either Cole or Scholes would surely have brought the important goal.
Bruce actually got an earful from Nicky Butt, who you saw on the edge of the picture there. But Bruce didn't see him to roll the ball back to him. But 11 minutes to go here, and it is Manchester United 1, Southampton 1, which is brilliant news for Blackburn Rovers. Could be even better if Southampton get a second. That's Watson. Certainly got the elevation and the drop right, but not the direction right. Neville. Well, Alec Ferguson really dismissed his size championship chances a few weeks ago. Clever, perhaps, public utterances to maybe lull Blackburn into a full sense of security. But Blackburn getting ever closer to their first championship since 1914. In the football world, the whole world was a very, very different place. Heaney. Charlton got hit. Too many times when Southampton in the second half have been able to keep Manchester United pegged back.
Well, if ever a scene was set for a £7 million man mark, it surely must be tonight. And at this moment.
Booking for Heaney in passing. Owen. And here is Cole. Well, blocked by... Oh, he's given a penalty. Paul Danson has given Manchester United a penalty. Alec Ferguson will tell you that this so rarely happens here. It's only their second at home in the league all season long. Ken
It's a great decision,
on Cole.
It's a great decision. You watch Ken Moncal's right arm has got a hold of Cole shut. The referee again is in a super position. Moncau can have no arguments. He's tugged back Andy Cole, who's in a great goal-scoring position, and it must surely be a penalty.
Well, since Cantona, it's been Dennis Irwin who took one and scored one against Wrexham in the FA Cup in very different circumstances. Irwin against Besant. Manchester United are in front. Even Dave Besant, a famous saver of penalties in the past, the FA Cup final against Liverpool, of course. He went the right way, but Irwin buried it past him.
Well, Timmy Flowers mentioned it the other night, the word bottle, Mark. That man there, he's got plenty of it. But the referee's been surrounded with players who are furious about his decision.
What a sting in the tail here that's brought pain to Blackburn and so much pleasure to all connected with Manchester United. They lament here at Old Trafford that they just don't get penalties on this ground. Well, when they needed one tonight, they've got one.
Oh, they got a huge one.
And it was awarded against the Dutchman Ken Moncau in favour of Andy Cole. Watson. Maddison.
Well, we can have another look, Martin. Now there it's the right hand. The tug's on the shirt. It's not a great view from there. You can still see the contact after he's pulled him. But I'll tell you what, there's not many people wanted to be Dennis Irwin in red shirts. You can bet your life on that.
Well, when we were beginning to write obituaries here for Manchester United's Championship challenge, they are still very much alive. Sharp. Southampton stunned by the decision. A posse of players pursuing Paul Danson. The yellow card was brandished. Magilton was there, Widrington was there.
I'll say this for Southampton, Martin, that does happen a lot in modern-day football. Players do gamble in the area at tugging at people's shirts, and I would say that 8 out of 10 times, Ken Moncau might have got away with that.
Moncau was defending at the near post, helped out by Hall. Well, suddenly, from anxiety bordering on desperation, Manchester United are back in control here in this match, though of course they're not in control of their own destiny in the championship chase. But an astonishing finale nonetheless.
Incredible, the events over the last 2 weeks. We'll see it again as Cole makes a diagonal run. Now watch the right arm of Ken Moncau. There's his shirt. You can see quite clearly being tugged.
And now Moncau has to avoid his own goalkeeper.
Now we could see that from our angle up here in the gantry, Martin. The important thing was so could the referee. There are many positions a referee would have had on the pitch at that instant and not seen it.
Widrington. Look at that, Schmeichel. Needed some kicking at the ball, and it got some.
Well, he is a big lad, isn't he?
Well, Eric Cantona, whose presence here tonight galvanised the crowd at the outset. he'd been involved, he would have had to take the penalty. But Dennis Irwin was a more than capable replacement. But here's Bruce.
Well, it's been a difficult one. Mike Carling, Premiership man of the match tonight, Matt. It's been a hard-fought game. Not people who have stood out performance-wise. Too hard for me. McClare has been very close again tonight. But it's got to go, it must go, to the man whose performance has been good, but who stood up to be counted and didn't fail his side. So Dennis Irwin is Mike Carling, Premiership man of the match.
Well, a man who quietly goes about his job and rarely gets that kind of recognition. I'm sure that will be a very popular choice. Andy Cole must have come into your thoughts as well. He's scored a goal. He's been involved in the penalty incident on the night. If you missed the news early on where he heard 15 minutes before the kick-off that he'd become a father.
Well, he doesn't need any more good news, does he?
You're quite right. A night of triumph all the way round. Here's Moncao, whose feelings here will be one of abject desolation. Southampton were to a man amazed that the decision was given. As you say, it's the sort of routine grab, and whether it made any difference to Andy Cole, I don't know. Besant was able to block the ball. We shall never know, but Paul Danson has made the decision, and its significance is close to being confirmed here. 2 minutes to go plus stoppage time, and unless Southampton score again, it will all go down to the last day of the season. But here's Heaney. Well, Neville of the boyish countenance, defending like a man. Moncao. Southampton may not be finished yet. They're not used to defeat. A recent run. Linesman flagged. Paul Danson trying to let the game go. United had the ball, Southampton snapping back at them. McClare.
That'll do if you're a United supporter or a United player. But once again tonight, second half hasn't been vintage from Manchester United. I thought they played far, far better on the opening 45 minutes. But once again, it's now the third time in, 10 days I've said it. They've done what they had to do. Well, assuming in the next 7 seconds Southampton don't score.
Stoppage time now. Heaney. Chipperley, no one running from midfield for the flick. Well, Blackburn Rovers were some 8 minutes away from winning the title tonight.
What drama, Mr. Taylor, eh? What drama.
With a capital D. Heaney. It's been through no real failing of Southampton. Alec Ferguson is counting down the seconds here. Moncao. Tripoli going in. Owen yet again keeping his composure, keeping his nerve as he did when he stepped up to slam the ball past Crescent. To arguably the biggest cheer heard at Old Trafford all season long, and there's been plenty to cheer.
It's amazing how attitudes change at 1-1. United players so conscious to let the referee know that any stoppage, add it on, ref, you've got to add it on. Now, 1 minute 45 seconds extra, they're thinking, come on, ref, how long are you going to add on here? For God's sake, it must be time up.
Well, so much has been said about referees this season. And Paul Danson's name will be writ large in the reports of this game. But he saw the tug, he gave his decision, and he handed Manchester United the proverbial lifeline, which was eagerly grasped by Irwin. And now Manchester United want him to blow again to end the contest. But Heaney, it's just getting a little bit overheated then. It's a Manchester United free kick.
Any bets the centre-backs don't come up for this one.
Even Ince has retreated 2 or 3 yards to hold in midfield. There's Cole, there's McClare, there's Scholes over the ball, and there's Nicky Butt here. Comes back for Ince. Oh, actually, Andy Cole might have been able to rein that one in. Probably irrelevant. We're into the 4th minute of time added on. Manchester United have won. The championship race goes right down to the wire. Kisses all round for Alex Ferguson, who said we never get penalties at Old Trafford. Well, they got one tonight with 8 minutes to go, and Dennis Irwin did the necessary. Southampton started with a flourish. Simon Charlton in the 5th minute. Andy Cole, on a night he'll never forget for many reasons, equalised, and was the player fouled by Ken Moncau in that extraordinary last twist to tonight's tale. And even if they do have to surrender the title on Sunday, you have to say Manchester United have put up a tremendous fight. The lead is back to 2 points yet again in Blackburn's favour. Southampton in the end, for all their effort and ambition, unable to help Blackburn out. And now Rovers go to Anfield, where, as we all know, there are very strong feelings for Kenny Dalglish and very strong feelings against Manchester United. And still United have to win at West Ham, who are safe tonight. They've beaten Liverpool by 3 goals to 0. United finished their home programme, where they've defended superbly all season long. Just 4 goals conceded in 21 home games. Eric Cantona here tonight to play his part in the salute to the fans who might not be able to get to the cup final or to Upton Park. David May, who certainly chipped in. The winner against Sheffield Wednesday. A goal the night Cantona got the headlines for all the wrong reasons at Crystal Palace. What fighters, Andy?
Well, you mentioned the word if they surrender the title, Mark. No matter what happens, they'll never have done that. It's been quite astonishing the way they've dug in from about 4 weeks ago when it looked home and dry for Blackburn. And like true champions, and I mean true champions, only good teams can retain the championship. They've done that. Only, well, excellent teams can do it 3 times. They've come very, very close at the moment. It's not gone yet for them. There's one last twist in this magnificent run-in, and it has been a magnificent run-in we've had to this year's championship. One last twist, Sunday. I dare anyone to miss it.
And you'll see both games on Sky Sports. They'll be played simultaneously, of course. On our 2 sports channels, we will bring you every incident, every moment that will finally decide the destiny of the 1995 Premiership.
I've always said, Martin, football's the most emotional game in the world. I don't know another sport where you get the wide spectrum through the emotions, if you like, that football gives you. But I think that there have been people involved like Fergie and Kenny Dalglish and the players who have sampled some emotions that you and I have never even dreamt existed.
Hello, Thomas. Hello to Mary. Hello, Mary.
Well, it's ended in smiles tonight. Whether it will on Sunday is in the lap of the gods, of course. But they're all out there. You saw Ryan Giggs, Eric Cantona. It reminds you again of what really a depleted Manchester United side it's been over the past few weeks. Steve Bruce, I'm sure, has played through some pain tonight after that back problem. Drained by the effort of it all, the emotion of it all. But it came good in the end to thrill Alex Ferguson. This tough but very sentimental Scot, who's drawn the best out of Eric Cantona, even if at times we've seen the worst. But he said he will stay, and nights like this, when he's just been a spectator, will only reinforce his decision. So after all the drama and the dust has settled, Blackburn thought that the title would be theirs. 8 minutes from the end, Manchester United won it. They've beaten Southampton here by 2 goals to 1.
So the top 2 looks like this. Blackburn from Manchester United by 2 points. The leaders have to win at Anfield on the last day of the season. We thought it might go all the way. We are going with it. Both those matches, Blackburn's visit to Anfield and Manchester United's to Upton Park, will be live on the definitive Super Sunday. Both games live. Liverpool against Blackburn and West Ham United against Manchester United. So much to talk about. Blackburn close tonight, but Manchester United would not give it up. Dion Dublin, Kevin Moran, and a lot to talk about when we come back. 2-1 at Old Trafford to Manchester United. City of Manchester, home of the champions right now. About 10 minutes ago, it might not have been, but United dug in and got the result that they needed, had to get tonight. They have beaten Southampton here by 2 goals to 1. Not without controversy. Southampton very unhappy about the penalty award. Their players surrounded the referee Paul Danson at the end there at the top of the tunnel, and police had to intervene and escort them away. So feelings running high. The only fact that matters tonight is that Manchester United have beaten Southampton 2-1, but look at those attempts at goal. 22, 9 on target. 10 from Southampton, to be fair, who came and made a real game of it. 4 of theirs on target. 14 corners to United. Well, in the end, 5 booked, a couple of them after United's winner. 57% of the possession to Manchester United. 57 minutes of football, just over. First half action areas heavily weighted in United's favour. And no different in the second half. Dion Dublin and Kevin Moran waiting to talk to us, but before that, so too is Dennis Irwin, who's with Nick.
Well, Dennis, many congratulations. You look pretty cool now, but how nerve-wracking was it stepping up to take that late penalty?
It wasn't too bad. I just put the ball down and just hit it as hard as I could, really, to get it on target, I think.
Had you made your mind up immediately which way you were going to hit it, or did you not have time to really think about it?
No, I made my mind up quite early, and you know, I just tried to keep it low and strike through the ball.
Well, here we go. We can show it to you. Talk us through this one. Terrific penalty.
Well, I think I hit it that hard. I slipped after. Ended up on my backside, but glad to see it hit that back in the net anyway.
With 8-9 minutes left and the game still poised at 1-1, was it starting to get a bit tense out there for the players?
Yeah, of course it was. We knew we had to win tonight to keep it going, and you know, we didn't play at our best, but we created a few chances, and I think just about deserved to win it on the night.
The crowd really got behind you, didn't they? Was that a big help?
Of course it is. Crowd always gets us behind us here at Old Trafford. Tonight was no different, and pushed us forward to the last minute, which is what we needed tonight.
Did you believe that it would go to the very last day of the season?
Well, you have to believe that. Going into tonight's match, we knew we had to win. The home advantage, well, we have to take account of that, and you know, it makes it interesting for Sunday, don't it?
You just refused to lie down. I mean, how pleased are you with the way that everybody's responded in these last few weeks?
Well, I think we've come back really well. A month or so ago, it looked as if we were out of it, but our near neighbours, City, did us a good favour and brought us back into it. And since then, we've been catching up, and you know, we're back down to 2 points now, and hope, you know, anything can happen on Sunday, and hopefully it will. There's been a lot of twists in this season, and you know, there might be one more left yet.
All right, well, listen, Dennis, many congratulations. You've been named the Carling Man of the Match. Bottle of champagne for you. Terrific stuff.
Thoroughly deserved again. 2-1 to Manchester United at Old Trafford. Elsewhere tonight.